Welcome to the If You Know, You Know the show. We are back here, and today we're talking about one of my favorite shows right now, which is Love is Blind, which actually I'm probably not going to watch again. Obviously, Kai is here, the beautiful Kai. Is here.
Hey guys, what up?
And you watched the show, right?
I did watch the show, but before we get into it, I gotta, we got some very special people in the building today with us.
Anybody worry about them people? They just hanging out. Like, no.
They just happen to have, they just happen to be around.
Yeah, introduce your friend. It's your birthday, right? Birthday?
Yes.
How old you turn? 21?
I turned 21 on March 12th.
Oh, so I was right. That was the girl lie thing, the girl 21 thing. And that was right.
Yeah,
right.
This is Kailani Ray, Miss Kailani Ray, and in the back, in the voice of God, we have Mr. Slick Vic over there.
Slick Vic, get close to that mic. Come and pull that mic down to you. Look, Slick Vic over here looking like a star right now.
He's like a
legend.
I didn't even want to put him on the camera because I'm like, wait. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't got my shit right.
JD's a little insecure today.
Right, a little insecure.
It's okay. You're looking nice today.
Do you know what? I knew you would laugh at me because last night we were picking out outfits, right? Because we're going to shoot a few shows today. And I picked out 3 black shirts. and I was like, it wasn't until I was done. I laid them all out and I was like, all right, we good. But they all black. And I was like, Kai's going to hate me.
So if y'all see him looking like the same thing in the next couple episodes, y'all know why.
Right, exactly. No, it's just black. It's different. It's different. All I gotta do is change the shirt.
It does go with everything. It's classic. It's iconic.
Right.
He's a classic, man.
No,
So
right.
actually, but I have a question for you, Kailani.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So-
legend.
So, what is it like being 21 in 2022?
Wow. To be an iconic, legendary legend, 21 in 2022. Wow. I always dreamed of being 21. Of course, the Sweet 16 first, but then 21.
Right. And pull that mic just a little bit closer to you.
If you know the show. Tune in. Join the conversation. Kai to the rescue again,
Are we
ladies
on
and
the air?
gentlemen.
I know, right? Yes.
Kai Martinez.
Look, good job,
To
Kai.
the rescue. It's always
Good job,
a Kai
Kai.
and a last name with an M.
Hire me for your IT tech.
All right, no, don't hire her. But she's a helpful in a tight spot. There we go.
I just didn't know it.
Right.
I don't know.
All right. Anyway,
Anyways.
go ahead.
Okay, so being 21 in 2022 is, I feel blessed to make it to 21 years old, especially with all the craziness in the world. I feel very blessed and thankful that our spiritual being has allowed me to make it to this age.
Ooh, spiritual being.
Yes.
That's the 2022 way to say God, or what are we doing here?
Well, that's just my way, I suppose.
Why? Why do you do it that way? Just
Well,
curious.
because-
I don't care.
I don't necessarily believe a man, a woman, or just one person. So I would just say the creators. our
Right. You
creators.
believe that there's something
Source.
bigger.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm close with you. I'm
Very,
there.
very
Yeah.
Pisces of you.
Yeah.
Right. Because
glad.
I feel like we're actually talking about religion later, but I do feel like all the religions are somewhat connected.
Yeah,
like, you
I
know,
agree.
and
Yeah.
but everyone just wants the main characters to look like them. So people change things, they move things, and
Change
I think
names.
For sure.
I think it's all the same. I feel like when you meditate, it's just like praying really hard. Like it's the same energy,
Right.
but you're giving the power to something different. So
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yes. So thank you so much for being here with us, Miss Kailani Ray, a young icon in the making.
What do you do, Kailani? Like, what's the dream?
I'm an artist of all sorts, but I am a dancer, movement, exploration artist, and also just all around artist in general. So
And thank you, Vic, for being back there.
Yeah, Vic, tell us
The
about you.
legend,
What do
the
you do,
legend,
Vic?
you
You
know
can
what
pull
I
that
mean?
mic close to you, though.
He got all the rings on his fingers. He
I know.
said,
Look at
he's
all the
Thanos.
rings.
He's Thanos up in this.
Like a different branch of the South.
Yeah,
We're
we're a little different.
We're a little
Because
different.
I'm from Louisiana, and
Okay,
I lived
word.
a lot of my life in Texas. So
Texas,
like,
me
it's
too.
just I call it this progressive, and like LA's more progressive, and the South is more traditional. So you kind of do what your mom did, you do what your grandma did. You just kind of follow, and that's what most people are comfortable with, which I think has positives and negatives. Because I do think that you do need to have a foundation of where you come from and understand, but you have to be able to grow.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't stay the same. So shout out the South in the
Shout out to
building.
the
Shout out to the
South.
South.
I have
I know.
family in Tampa and Orlando and all the things. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys for being here today. So
Right.
we are
And-
talking about
The Love is Blind. Did y'all watch the show? Did you watch the show?
No.
Come
I
on,
haven't
you
watched
it
the
a little?
show. No.
no.
I've
No.
actually seen it.
She has seen it.
Look, she was all like, I snuck and saw it without you.
I stick to my.
She saw it without
I
you.
stick to my sports.
So if you have not seen the show, it's basically couples are put into a situation where they get to talk, they talk to each other and get to know each other through a wall. So they don't ever see each other. And here's the kicker. This is what makes it so uncomfortable, is they have to propose before they even see them.
Ooh.
So they propose before they even see them. And then it's just like I was telling Kai that when I watch movies with my fiance, like she grabs me, scary movies, right? She grabs me. And on Love is Blind, I grab her like, oh, it's so uncomfortable.
Cringy. It's so cringy. Yes.
But then they have to live together for I think a couple of weeks, and then they actually have to go through the marriage within 2 weeks.
And then they have to say I do, or
Right.
they could literally say I don't.
No,
at
the altar,
At the
with
wedding.
all of your family there, with your mom, dad, everybody dressed up. They picked out dresses, and they say no, yes or no at that moment in the altar. So it's extremely cringy. It's fun, and it's a good time.
Yes, and we decided to make this our an episode of this because. You know, it I know for yourself and for myself too. It brings up a lot of topics about, you know, love and
Right.
is it blind and is love enough? You know, because for example, you know, he likes to buzz me a lot, yeah.
I know. You're lucky I got my
Buzzer
buzzer
in here.
Right.
I'm getting
Well, number one, you know, if you go through the trajectory of the show, the first aspect of the show is meeting somebody for who they are. So you're in this room and you're
Right.
talking to 14 men as
Right.
women. You're talking to 14 men, 14 women that you don't know. You can't see them physically.
Right.
So all you can go off of is what they sound like
Right.
and what they're
Straight
talking about.
conversation.
Straight conversation.
So first off, question:
Wow.
do you guys do that on a normal basis? Even though you see people, are you really trying to get to know people? Like, I mean, you know, y'all together now, but when
absolutely.
y'all were single, are you actually getting to know people? Or are you just looking for things? Like,
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm absolutely getting to know somebody because that's I don't just date for fun. I basically date to marry somebody. So I really
shout out Vic,
I wanna,
shout out Vic
Yeah, shout out to
in the building, pass the test.
So I feel like it's very important for me personally to really get to know the person as well as know their values and family values and where they want to be in life and if marriage is an option for them or not.
Right,
Stuff
shout out
like that.
Vic. Let me
So
look.
you
I'm
have-
a guest. Let me see what this is.
Pew, 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 pew.
Shout out Vic. Hey,
It's very
hey.
important for me.
All right. What about
Okay,
you, Kai? All
I'll-
right, actually,
I'll
go
go.
Vic. Yo, you go Vic.
What was the question again?
Yeah.
Are you trying to get?
Shout out Vic.
Am I really trying to
No.
get to know someone before I'm like dating them? Is
Right.
like a good question. Okay, yeah. So of course, yeah, 110%. I feel like I went through a phase where I was just dating for fun. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like to experience
For a
like
look. So you would see somebody looking fly, you'd be like, that
be like,
one.
yeah, that one right there.
Right.
Like, and then ultimately it would just lead to like the relationship's destruction because, you know, we weren't like vibing at like a spiritual level, just like on attractiveness level, you know?
Right.
So I definitely think it's important to dig deep and like find those family values and just like stuff you look for in yourself in the other person.
Right.
Right.
That's amazing. What about you, JD?
Yeah, I like how Vic just got sexy all of a sudden. Yeah,
He
so
said, yeah, so you know.
when I'm when
Check
I'm
my
looking out
mixtape.
there.
My mixtape's coming out.
But no, I mean, like for me, obviously, like I mean, we always tease on the show, but I love everybody from Gate. So you know, I always try to get to know people and individuals, and I can usually find beauty in anybody. However, physical attraction is important. so I'm not
So you try
I'm
to
not
get
a
to know
saint.
people. Right.
Yeah, I'm not a saint, but
Yeah.
But I'm like, look, it's certain things I can't get past. Just because
Right.
of physical things, and I think that physical is necessary. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think looks are everything, but I think it is definitely necessary. You have to have some kind
Yeah.
of tingle.
Right.
But my connection truly comes from, you know, just of getting to know people and actually a connection, a vibe or energy. It's not so much the sexy part.
Yeah.
Like you could come in like some lingerie, and I'm kind of like, But if you say like, "Oh, I love you. You're the best man I ever made," like,
Yeah.
like oh, good, like
Yeah.
we end
Well,
this thing.
I for once I actually agree
Wow,
with JD.
shut up! I'm always right.
I think it would be very difficult for me to be on the show because I feel like I can connect. I love connecting with people on
Right.
an emotional level. I get like I talk and I get deep real quick.
Right.
However, that's moving into a relationship. There has to be a physical aspect, an attraction there,
Right.
on top of the emotional. They kind of have to go hand in hand.
Right.
I've had the experience where I was very emotionally attracted to somebody, and I couldn't get past the physical part. Like, I was like, yo, I'm just not sexually attracted to you. So.
Right. Yeah, it got to tingle.
You just
If
had
it
to
don't
stay in the
tingle,
friend
it's
zone.
over. If it don't tingle, it's over.
If it don't tingle,
it's over.
You gonna stay single.
goodbye like a
Right.
Pringle.
'Cause and this is at the beginning too.
Hashtag gotta
If it
tingle.
don't tingle,
She gonna stay single.
like a Pringle.
Right. Ooh, the Pringle went too far. The Pringle went too far.
Well, okay, so with that, so now, right, we've discussed the first part of the show. Second part of the show.
Right.
Someone proposes to each other, and then you have to see each other.
Right.
Right? So, has anyone ever had a situation where, dang it, the sound came
keep
back.
going.
Have you ever had a situation where you kind of were vibing with somebody and emotionally they were dope, and then you spend time with them physically, and you're just like, this ain't it. Physically, on a physical tip.
I look, I've had a few moments that are similar. I don't know if it's exactly what you said, but like I've had physical attractions and not had a real connection. Like there was this one situation that I still wake up in a dream like, like because it was so horrifying. Like she was so bad. She was. I'm sorry, Anna. I'm sorry for reliving this because you're all I know right now. That's all I love. But. She was so sexy, and she like literally. It was a date. We were on a date. It was great, and then we went back to my place. I'm chilling, trying to be romantic, and she was like, "Where's your room?" And I was like, "Right over here. Let's go over there."
Great.
And so we started like it just went off, and she put her hands on my bed, and she looked back, and she was like, "Which hole do you want?" And she had a little accent.
Foreign.
Yo,
She was foreign.
and my joint would not perform. Like I just wasn't.
Good.
I wasn't.
That's God.
I wasn't connected like that.
That's God,
like,
man.
Divine spirit.
It wasn't. I wasn't connected like that.
Right.
Like
Or
it
you
was
were
like
drunk.
I thought she was. No, I wasn't drunk. Like I just. We didn't have a connection. Like
Right.
I was attracted to her, and I thought she was cute. The voice. The
voice messed
everything.
it up.
No, it was
The
so
voice
cute.
was fire.
Like, everything was
just
fire.
in that moment.
But
in
we
the
didn't
moment.
connect like that. Like it wasn't a vibe. Like I need passion. Like I need to
Yeah.
feel like
Right.
like it wasn't there.
But was it okay? Now, have you ever experienced the other way around, where you had an emotional connection, but then you know, and I know this more so back in the day. I
Right.
remember when I was younger, and you couldn't go out on dates and stuff
Right.
because my parents were strict.
Right. No, that's just you. That's just you, Kai.
I would spend a lot of time
That's
texting.
girl.
I would text a friend, a guy, or like call and like do all these things, like get to know them. You have conversations for hours,
Right.
and then you're like, oh, let's hang out, and then you finally go hang out, and it's like, oh, this is not. I prefer you better
Over
on-
Through
text.
text. So
over
was it
text.
physical
Facts.
or what was it? The conversation. What was it?
For me, it was I had the emotional connection through text and through phone and all that, but in person, I saw like all of them.
Right.
So I was like, he didn't, maybe his smell wasn't like on me. Like it just, there's so many other factors of the physical part.
Yeah, I had a creepy. I want to hear from you guys, but I had kind of this is high school. But there was a girl. I think I was at 18. I think she was 14. So she was right on that cusp
Damn.
of like, nah, I shouldn't be doing
Yeah.
this. And on the phone, she would talk me into it. And I'll be like, come over. And as soon as she got there, it was like, no, because she was
Right.
so immature. Like
Yeah.
I could still see she wasn't fully ready. yet.
Right.
It was like it didn't
Seems
seem
like
like she was
you're
ready. Yeah,
ready.
exactly.
Kai.
Right.
That's me and Kai.
Right. Really?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What is explain that?
So like I've known her since probably she was 14 maybe
Yeah.
15 14 and like she was always pretty, she had the moves, she was a dancer, but I was like I'm like 5 years older than her, so it was for me it was just like I was like, oh man, like she's still too young, you know what I mean?
Right. Like, you know they're gonna lose it. You know they're gonna lose
she
it.
wasn't even on my radar really. Like if I'm being honest, when I first moved to Florida when I was like 18 years old, so I definitely understand that situation you're talking about. But I was like, you let her grow for like
Let her grow.
2 or 3 more
let her sit
years,
in the
and then I
oven.
was like,
Yeah, no.
Marinate a little bit.
Yeah, I left Iowa, and I heard she turned up a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like,
when she
Yeah.
hit 18, it was a wrap. I was like, oh
Good
yeah,
Lord.
I'm taking her off
yeah,
the market.
Yeah, my ex was like that. So my ex that I was with for 9 years, like we started off like that. We were just really good friends, and she was so young, and I was
Yeah.
like, nah, stop, get out of here. You too young. You don't, nah.
Yeah.
And but it was just her girlish love kind of it broke me, and I was kind of like, fine, let's be together. Literally, it happened like that. We were in the car, and I was like, fine, we're together, and she was like, really, like, and it was just so. But she was always just, but she was so young, and I shouldn't have done it. I should have listened to myself. But you guys are closer.
Yeah, closer to
Kai was also very persistent too.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
And
very persistent.
Love that. Love that.
I was like, this girl is really trying to get at me. So I was like, let me give her a shot, you know?
So
all the years.
I'm glad it worked out. So how long have y'all been together now?
Almost 2 years now.
Yep.
2 years, right?
2
Congratulations.
years.
Let me take a guess. Let's see. No, we're not guessing no more. No more guessing. Let's just go back to the one I know. Hey, shout y'all out.
Shout out to Kai.
All right.
I am Vic.
All right, so the show. Let's get to some of the people. So since you guys haven't watched it, I'm gonna go through the list.
We'll do rapid fire
of some of the couples. What did you think of Kyle and Shayna? Right, Kyle was the one. Shayna was the white girl that was just like
with her lip
extremely
fillers.
Caucasian.
I'm sorry, no
And she kept
shade to
doing this.
anybody, but dang, these
Remember
lip fillers
in the-
killed
in the-
me.
in
Yeah,
the,
she was like.
So let me describe her. She was extremely.
I'll pull them up.
Yeah, she was extremely Caucasian. I'll put it that way.
Yes.
And very privileged Caucasian.
Oh, yeah.
Like when they
Look at
went to her house, her brother even went as far as saying, "Are you American? Do you do American things?"
Oh,
I
my
know.
So we're talking
Let's get it.
really we're talking really Christian Caucasian privilege, like very I do what I want in this, and I'm sorry, I own that. I own that. I did that. I'm sorry, I own it.
Well,
Like,
their thing,
that
and
was her.
I'll show you. Here you guys go.
And
This is her.
and
Lip
Kyle.
fillers. This is him. Kyle.
Yeah, and Kyle, I felt looked like the guy from
Yo.
what was the
My
movie
brother
with
went
the
in on Kyle.
with the
He
what's the
looked
movie
like kind
with
of
the
Neanderthalish. I ain't going front.
kind of, but what's the movie with the vampires, the girl movie with
Twilight.
Yeah, he looks like the werewolf guy.
The werewolf guy.
Taylor-
Yes, he
Taylor
reminds me of
Variation,
Jacob.
a
Taylor
Jacob
Lautner.
variation.
Oh,
Right.
wow, yeah.
Do you see
Kind of
him?
looks like him.
Yeah.
So on their actual proposal, like this is what I was telling Kai. Like I think some people just don't know what love is. They don't understand love.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to not see when somebody isn't really giving you what you need. And I didn't see at all any connection between them. The only thing I don't like about the show is sometimes they don't show
They
you
don't
everything.
show a lot of this stuff.
So I didn't see anything that even made him think she would want to marry
Well,
him.
okay. So then going to the issue of what their main issue was is
Oh yeah,
right. There's a main issue here. So Shayna was actually talking to this other guy, right?
oh no, that's not the main issue.
No. But that's like an underlying issue. She was talking to this other guy. She was kind of into him, right? So, but their main issue was that she's very religious, and religion is the center of her life. She's very Christian, and he was atheist.
Oh,
Yeah.
some conflict there.
Yeah.
That's a big conflict, and she was completely turned off from the beginning. But he actually doesn't believe.
I know
anything.
he did not. He kept saying, "Oh, she's gonna fall in love with me, and we're gonna get married." And
No,
it's gonna
he
be
was
great.
like, she reminds me of my mom. My mom's very religious, but what people that don't have faith don't remember or believe or understand is that people with faith have certain standards in a sense. Like you really almost have to believe in their God or respect their God at least. And if you
But
don't,
he did
it's a
say
turnoff.
he did say that he would let her raise their kids Christian.
Yeah, but then she said that it would always be a conflict that you come back to. It's just always going to be a conflict.
But then he proposed, and she said yes.
Yeah, right.
Right. So, question for you guys: how big is religion as a factor for
Factor.
you guys?
Yeah, with her and
I feel like we're having
her-
a relationship counseling.
I know, right?
Hopefully, none of these questions cause any issues later.
They
I feel
won't.
like
Yeah.
I feel like there's religion and then there's spirituality. So you
Right.
can be very religious and actually not be very spiritual and connect with the higher power that you're connecting with.
Right.
You can go to church every day and not really believe in what you're doing.
Right.
Versus spirituality is the essence. I feel like more of a give and take.
Right.
You know
But
what I'm saying?
how
Exchange.
important is it for you? I mean, how right now in your life, how important is spirituality or religion or having that sort of alignment with your partner?
I feel like it's important, but I also feel like knowing him so long and everything like that, I'm more willing to hear what his side entails before I make a conscious decision of I don't like that, you know.
Right.
Right.
I feel like I would need to know what that feels like for you and see how you feel with everything, and then see how you feel with me, you know? I feel like that's very important because at the end of the day, it's like you have to grow together.
So it's not a deal breaker for you, pretty much.
No.
Cool.
Yeah.
Vic, what about you?
I don't think religion is a deal breaker unless it's like one of the few one of the few religions that we won't name because, you know,
name it.
We
call it out.
JD's always trying to get
we enjoy our freedom and our safety, you know. So we ain't gonna call anybody's religion out because, you know, we respect everyone's beliefs. But I definitely don't think that religion would be a deal breaker. I feel like it's just important to get to know like the other person's side, like, and like you said, like respect it, you know, like just respect what they believe in.
Right.
JD, is religion a deal breaker for you?
I don't think so. I think we at least have to have somewhat of the same idea. Just because when it comes to kids, sometimes, you know, based on how you teach them and different things, different, you know, principles.
Yeah.
Some of the things that I believe in comes from the Bible, but it's not really so much like God says, like
this,
And so, and I think people that have faith kind of have a similar understanding or spiritual, like they have a similar understanding.
Can I just point out the way you say similar? Similar.
Is that wrong?
Similar. It's similar.
No, it ain't. That's not. It's similar.
Similar.
It's similar.
Also, people find faith at different times too.
They do. It has to find you. You can't. Like,
That's
That's why I like Jehovah's Witnesses, because it's like, no, you're not supposed to attack people. Like, they find through love.
I don't think it's a deal breaker. However, I do think there should be some sort of common ground. I think with religion and stuff. I agree with Kailani. I'm more of a spiritual person. I was raised Catholic, but I've learned so many things from Confucianism and Buddhism and Taoism.
Yeah, Vic, why don't you tell her what you think about Catholicism? Because I thought you had some feelings. Remember you said, because you had said every race, every religion, but, and then I knew that. I'm just kidding.
No, but
believe what you believe. I'm not disrespecting anybody.
You know, but I know that, for example, there's some religions like I don't know too much about the Jewish religion.
Right, l'chaim.
Yes, I just know bar mitzvahs.
Right,
they're great.
And honestly,
the Jewish community like that. I mean, I actually. First, I had to go through a moment where I was doing bar and bat mitzvahs, and I realized that I don't really believe what they believe. Like, they literally, I'm like the opposite of what I believe.
Yeah.
But I don't really, I don't know everything.
Yeah,
so
we don't
who
know.
knows?
And
but
just being with somebody that was like an Orthodox Jewish person would be very difficult because it's such a big part of their life.
Yeah, but the way that they do teach, I respect wholeheartedly. Like, I see these kids and how they're raised and how they're already raised to help their community. They're already raised.
They're smart.
They have community ingrained. Like, even like giving back. Like, they have to according to their religion. Like, it's a lot of things in there that is like that are beautiful.
Yeah.
So
shout out to religions.
Right. Shout out to all religions.
And the people who follow them.
Spiritual.
You know.
And all the Jewish people.
All right. So let's move on to the next couple because I want to get through the couples and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. Who else do we have? Shake. And and Deeps.
So I'm sharing your pictures.
Shake and bake.
So Shake came on like the stereotypical guy trying to ask questions, trying to find out how they look, and just kind of doing it wrong. But I thought he changed, in the middle, and it looked like he had the way she responded to his kind of chauvinism. I thought kind of changed him.
Right.
But it's kind of the way they edited it because he was still the same guy.
Basically, he was asking girls. Sorry,
spoiler
and they call
alert.
them pods, right? The rooms. He was like, "Hey, so if we were at a music festival,
do you like being lifted on shoulders? Could I lift you on my shoulder?
Lift you up on a shoulder?"
Which is kind
basically
of
trying to see if she was fat or not.
Yeah, right.
Like stuff like, "Do you like working out?" He was asking questions like that.
Depends.
And the girl that he ended up with, she responded like very respectfully, very well.
Yeah.
I can't remember what she said, but it was something like. It was very classy.
Yeah.
And it kind of changed him. He actually mentioned how it actually changed, like, thank you for how you responded to that. And so they ended up.
Neither one of them had ever been. They're both
Indian.
Hey guys, JD here. Thank you guys so much for watching, but we want to hear from you. Do you have a topic you want us to discuss? A perspective to share? Or if you just want to be a guest on the show, reach out to us at iykykthishow@gmail.com or on any of our social media platforms at iykyk_the show. Thank you guys for watching. Now back to the show.
Deeps was like a beautiful human, right?
Yes.
She was a beautiful human. I'm not attracted to her. Like she had moments where she was pretty. Well, because beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. I could
We
be
were-
unattracted
yeah,
to her,
but
and I could say
'cause
that.
then it goes into the thing. It goes into the topic. See, because okay, that's what I was saying. So
Well, let me finish. I'm not finished.
Neither one of them had ever dated a fellow brown person.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
They had always only. They're both. I guess I'm assuming from Indian descent,
Right.
and they had both always dated white
yeah.
people, white men and white women.
Right.
So
Okay.
in the pods, emotionally they connected,
Right.
right? Because we said Shake was very like surface level at first. She was a very deep person.
Yeah.
She was very, very, very pretty, very
Nasty.
beautiful inside. No,
Yeah.
his name is Deep D.
I
That's
know.
why.
Okay. Sorry. I'm nasty. My bad. I'm nasty.
She was a very
Sorry.
like
D.
deep person, right?
Yeah.
So when they left the pods, he never could quite
Yeah.
get sexually
Get past the
attracted to her.
physical. Like I think like she had a unique face. I think she was actually very, like she was pretty.
I
Like,
mean, she's beautiful.
yeah, well that's what girls say. Anyway,
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's pretty.
yeah,
Yeah.
she
She's pretty.
and,
Don't
like,
disagree.
well,
I feel like
because
he's-
I'm saying I watched the show. I'm just saying when I first saw her, I was not immediately attracted. When I saw
Yeah.
her personality, it was like, I mean, you know, it's cute. I can work with it. But, and that sounds wrong. But again, it's just kind of attraction, and I
Yeah.
think that's what he was stuck on the whole time. He kept trying to defend the fact that he wasn't that physical was important to him.
Yeah, but
And I
he
think
kept
he got
saying
judged.
stuff like, "Oh, I feel like I'm dating my aunt."
And that's true. Like I feel like he's being honest, but he also
that
just
is
had
honest.
he had a weird personality to where it came off a little pretentious, a little bit annoying, and
Yeah.
in the reunion he's extremely annoying.
Yes.
But I think he was really just trying to express. He's just
Which
not.
leads to my next
he's not
question.
good. What is it? Go ahead.
My next question
Oh
being,
wait, Starbucks?
are
better
you
send me some money.
promoting?
I
Yo,
know,
he
right?
over here promoting for free.
Shout out to
Gotta drink it
Starbucks.
like you used to drink your Kool-Aid when you were a kid.
So my question for everyone on the table, on the panel today, is: can you get past? Can you
I
get?
remember disagreeing.
Can you get past the physical? Can you get past the physical? I know we asked this earlier,
To like,
but I
Look,
want
look,
to.
that's-
date someone, like
that's
can
my-
you get
that's my
past the
sound.
Can
physical?
you get past
like,
just be
the
emotionally
lack of physical attraction?
Yeah, you go first,
Sexual. Let's say sexual
For
attraction.
me, and I'm just
I think
being,
that's connected.
and I'm just being completely honest, 110%. I can't get past it. Like
Turn up. Shout out
I
Kai.
can't get past it. Like,
Right.
I feel like you like what you like, you know, and
Right,
the fact
exactly.
that like homeboy said, you know, it feels like he's dating his aunt or whatever. Maybe like he wouldn't pick, like maybe he would pick her, but maybe not like in a group of like 10. He wouldn't pick her first, you know. Like
Right.
everybody has their own.
Yeah, and I
their
will say
own
he
tastes,
tried.
you know what I mean?
You know, he tried. He did give it a good shot.
Yeah.
Like, I think he tried. But that was the thing I was so mad about is they didn't show the entire relationship.
Right.
Because with what they showed, it looked like he was trying. It was sweet. And then at the wedding, she was like, "He doesn't deserve me." Like,
Right.
whoa, I didn't see that at all.
Picking up for
Yeah.
herself.
Right. And so, but she like I said, she was really sweet. He tried. What about you? Can you get over physical attraction, Kai?
What I would say is based on the name of
Kai
the
too.
show.
I'm gonna call you Kai too.
Love is blind. I feel like if love is truly blind, then I feel like even men and women should not be partnered. It could be two girls, two men.
Right.
So I feel like that also goes with contradictory of the show
You
name.
get too complex. Can you get past physical attraction?
Hey, can you get past the
I personally, I don't think I could.
Okay, there you
Right.
go. Look how she was trying to avoid. She was trying to avoid trying to sound shallow. Like
at the end of the
it's
day,
fine. You gotta like
At the end
it.
of the day, we are animals and we are programmed to procreate.
Right.
So sexual attraction is also based on symmetry and health, and when we look at someone, we think we're finding them attractive, but what we're finding attractive of men and women is if women have childbearing hips because they
Ain't
can
nobody
bear
looking at
children. If men
Somebody
have
had it.
strong features,
Sound like an old school player. Look at she got them childbearing hips. Look at her. Looking all supple. Looking all
if
supple
men
and
have
delicious.
masculine features, that means
Drink your
they're-
bath water, girl.
Anyways, that's what I think. So yeah,
Well, look, we're gonna give you the
yeah, yo, trying to play.
because no,
Get
that's just
out.
not what it is.
Next couple.
So next couple, let's do Nick and Daniel. Now that we're talking about that, Nick and Daniel. Danielle. Now they're the couple that I definitely felt like they knew the things to do to
definitely-
make a relationship work. Right? I don't think they really had. Well, I
Nick
can't
and
say what they
Danielle.
really had.
Nick and Danielle.
Right?
Okay.
I can't say what they really had. So this is just my opinion. It just looks like that they both knew how to act. Like, you know what to do to be married.
Danielle was a little.
No, she's crazy. First of all, second, but I'm just saying, we getting there. But I'm just saying, like, they know how to be, right? You know, if you're in a relationship, I'm supposed to open the door. I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to do that. I think they knew the things, but they didn't. I don't think they really felt like it was a real relationship. Right. And I just think they actually can make it work because they just know how to make it work.
Right.
And some people know how to do that. Some people get married and they just know what to do.
And so they know like, this is my role as the wife. I need to do this, and as a husband I need to do that. But but do they ever really connect?
No.
Are they ever really friends?
That's what I mean. That's what I feel like. And that's why a lot of people shit on marriage, because they get married for the wrong reasons.
Right.
And they know how to be. They know how to, like, I'm the man, I'm supposed to go out and work.
Right.
I'm the woman, I take care of home. Like, well, and I think that's fine if that works for you. Like, I'm not saying that's wrong, but we're talking about love, and I don't think they had it.
First of all, can I just make a little note to anyone watching this, that we are commenting on. I know these are human beings, and this is their life.
Facts.
So no, it's like we're commenting on the characters that Netflix produced out of what they did, because we know that this show is not
we don't know these people.
We don't know them, and
I'm sorry for my shallow judgments.
Yes,
but,
it's
it's what I see.
It's just we understand that it is a show. It is made for entertainment.
Yeah,
the
reality
editing.
TV.
Yes, it's reality TV, and they're presented as characters. So any of our comments are really about these characters that were presented, not who these human beings are, because I'm sure that Nick, hearing that, we think you're gay.
I'm sure he knows. He knows
feelings.
he's gay. Come on, let's get it right.
But you know what I mean? It's just the character that was presented.
Right, it's just the character.
So please know that, and know that we're talking about we're using this very light and a jovial approach about talking about, like, relationships and love. So.
Right. And I just come from a place of, like, I think, everyone has the right to their opinion. Like, I would never judge him as, like, you're gay, or it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I could just, I if I had to guess, I would assume that he's secretly gay. Like, and that's just the observation, and that's, we're in broadcasting.
I kind of made that observation. I think he's handsome. I think he's a handsome guy.
Yeah,
what I'll say is that I really liked his approach. I think out of everyone on the show, he was the most emotionally stable and like emotionally intelligent. It was like, oh, we have an argument. Let's talk about it.
And it was so sad.
And she was just going off.
So listen, she got mad at him for this once, right? This is. Then he apologized at the end. So she said, like, he went to go meet her family that day, and so later that day, he was talking about another situation about him and his friends, and she got mad. Because he was supposed to still be excited about her family or something, and it was like, what? I can't. I met your family today, so I can't have another issue. Like, and she was mad, and he apologized. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know my friends had an issue, and it came up, and I'm sorry that it took away from the day.
Or like he went to go. She got sick when they were all in Mexico. The whole cast. She got sick, and he went to go meet with the rest of the crew, everyone, and he was gone for like 3 hours, right? When he came back, she was like, you were gone for 3 hours. And so I sat in the closet and cried.
And she had a mental breakdown.
Whoa. She had a mental breakdown.
And it was like, sorry, I
was like, what?
I don't know. Anyway,
but he handled each one of those conversations
very well. And like I said, she was just very unstable. But she came from a place of being overweight. So she was very insecure, and she was working on herself. So there was a lot of things there.
So, which leads to another question.
Right. Wait, let's get through the last two, because I want to get to something after this. So the last two couples, we'll go with these two, was Salvador and Mallory. And I look. So Mallory was like, I would say Mallory's like a Kai, right? Kind of a powerful woman, strong woman. Usually dates black guys, likes a little flavor, likes a little la la la. But she kind of went with a guy that was different, because that's what she usually dates. So Salvador was she went with the emotional,
right?
So, and he was very sweet, had a great voice, but I think he came off extremely creepy. It was a little creepy to me. Just my opinion. Salvador, I'm sure you're a great person. And he was just. He was just one of those calm people. He looked like a serial killer. And like,
very chill.
Sorry, Salvador, I know you're not, but that's what we kind of jokingly said, because he's very calm. And he's just very like, I love you very much, and I was hoping we could be together.
I think he was trying to be not trying. I think he is the good guy.
Yeah.
I think he's just the good guy. He's the emotional.
What about his girlfriend that he just bailed out on?
I'm not saying he can still be an asshole, but I'm saying the good guy in terms of like, you know, he comes from a Latin household. Right. He knows how to open the door. He knows that his woman is supposed to be his queen. And this leads me back to the same issue I feel like the couple before that we just talked about had. It's like we're all trying to be on our best behavior, but at the end of the day, I'm assuming that to have a really successful relationship, you can't just like tiptoe around each other. It's like, this is what I'm supposed to do. No, it's like, just take off the mask and be who you are. Right. And it's like, can you really be down for me who I am? Like all my crap.
I think a psychiatrist told me once, I had a friend who was a psychiatrist. She said, you can make your life hard, you can make your life easy. You could be with somebody where you got to be fake or be you. Like, and I was like, why would you not choose to be you? Like,
right.
Beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. Like, somebody's going to love you for who you are. Yeah. And you should just be comfortable. Like, well, I don't want to be on eggshells. I have to maintain.
So I felt like he was doing that, and I felt like she just wasn't into it. And then she also wasn't physically attracted to him.
Yeah, and it was very obvious to me.
Yeah.
So it was uncomfortable. Then the other couple, my favorite couple, was Jared and Ayanna, right? And I just liked both of them because they were very genuine, and Ayanna was very funny. And like,
they like Ayanna.
Yeah, and they were hilarious, and that was Anna's favorite person.
Yeah,
so,
her little laugh.
Yeah. So those were all the couples. What's your question, Kai? You had a question ready. I'm going to flip pages here.
Well, well, we do have to mention there is something very significant about Jared and Ayanna.
What is it? They're both Negroes?
Isn't that interesting that the two brown people and the two black people found each other on Love is Blind?
Because it's vibe. Like, it's vibey. It's cultural.
Yeah.
It's cultural.
It's a cultural thing, yeah.
But I will say, the couple we spoke of prior, Mallory and Salvador, which are Latino, and they found each other too, which is cool. Right. Mallory had also connected with Jared.
Yeah.
And Jared proposed
He didn't propose.
He did.
He asked. He said, if I proposed to you, what would you say? I was so mad when they did this on the show, too. He did not propose. He just said, hey, would you be considerate?
He pre-proposed.
And she was like, no, I had a stronger connection with someone else. And that was...
So then he went to his number 2.
That's not his number 2. It's not his number... He just, like, you just got to see who's real, right? He didn't get on one knee and propose, and she turned him down. He was just like,
he cried. He cried when she said nah. He went back to the thing and he was crying. He was having a mental breakdown.
He did get emotional.
Well, I was feeling something from it. Then I'm feeling something
right.
too.
So now, a question. This leads to the question: if y'all were feeling somebody, and then you find out that they were feeling somebody else, but that person shut them down, so then they came over to you.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you feel?
Nah, I'm look.
Right. I
can't be a second.
What do you think, Kai? What do you think?
I can't be a second.
What do you think?
I know I'm powerful.
She can't be a second. She's not
I feel like
depends on the situation.
It depends on the situation. It does depend on the situation. Like if you,
one of the more understanding ass.
If you don't know each other, like if you have no idea who the other person is involved with, you know what I mean? I feel like, how would you even know that they're your number 1 and number 2 choice? This is just a situation where they know that there's other options, you know?
Right.
So, like, if it's something like that where you know there's other options, like, I could never be the second choice.
Right.
Like, if I'm not the first, like, then it's, in the long run, it's not going to work out.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Have you ever, another question. Have y'all ever been in the situation where you're in the opposite, where you had a number 1?
Of course.
It didn't work out, so you went to your number 2.
Of course, one of the biggest parts of being single is having options, right? And and when you're single, you have like, all right, I got this one, that one, and this one, and then as one falls off, you're like, damn, I gotta hold on to these two, like man, it's getting close. But this is before you like commit. Like this is when you're just seeing, like if I just meet you and like you may be talking to some other people, and you're kind of basically doing the same thing. You're getting options. You're all right, I'm vibing this one, but this one, and so when you have those options, and then you get down to that one.
I think that's the difference between an option and a choice.
Right, but
True.
is that where you settle down? Or, question for everyone again.
Yeah.
If you had, there's always a one person that you're like, this would be, oh my God, if I could get him or her, this would be the one, right?
Right.
But if that person didn't quite work out at one point, do you look at the other ones kind of like,
yes,
throw them all out, start over, or do you go to your next one?
Kind of like, like I said, it's options at this point. Everybody I'm interested in, But it's like it's about who you vibe with. It's about who you
Right.
connect with, who you feel like you can actually
Yeah, but are you
put your
like
time
if,
into.
if the top choice doesn't work out, are you like throwing the whole deck out and starting anew, or are you kind of like,
I kind of like, I mean, because that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they're a second choice. It's just, well, okay, that option's gone. That was the one that I really liked, but who knows if it would have worked or not.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's just like you just kind of go to the next one and just keep it 100.
hope for the best, I guess.
Right, but if it does feel like a letdown, then I don't move forward.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just a matter of what choice you make. Like if you do feel let down and you decide to
choice.
try, like that's what I think is wrong. Like 'cause
Right.
nobody deserves to be second best. So
Right.
Facts.
Vic, what do you say over there? The voice of God.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with what he was
look,
saying.
kind of
you
like
know?
that. Like, she like,
Like,
that's my man.
No one wants to be the second choice ever. You
Right.
know.
And I'm Aries. I got
yeah, I feel like
300%.
I feel like you just
300%
keep it move. I feel like you just keep it moving. Or like sometimes, you know, I feel like I've been in a situation like that before, but I just focus on myself. Like I'm thinking maybe it's not the right time for me to get in a relationship. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe it's like that's the person. If that's the person that you feel you're meant to be with, I feel like if it really is the person, it will be. You know, eventually.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe not now, but like
Right.
later on down the line or something.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we got time for a couple more. Do you have anything else? What else do you have on your list over there? Let me look at mine. First, I'll ask you, since you've seen it, who is your favorite couple?
This season, I'll be honest, I don't really have.
And y'all better binge this tonight. Watch it tonight.
About
We gotta
Natalie.
watch it.
I've seen some
We didn't
before,
talk
but
about
this is-
Natalie and what's his face, Shane. We didn't talk about Natalie and Shane.
Which one is Natalie? Oh, yes, Natalie and Shane. I actually forgot about Natalie and Shane. Which actually,
Crazy guy.
I thought they were. I thought they were a good match. And he's
Except
kind
for
of
the fact that he was
outgoing,
crazy.
and he was a little weird, but he was very
Loving.
what's the word?
To her.
Naive. He was very naive. Like, so he would say things like where you kind of search for a compliment, but he didn't realize he was doing it.
Yeah.
And so she would call him out like, "Oh, you're fishing for a compliment," and he's like, "What? Why you always
Be
gotta
like,
do
"Can you
that?
tell
Like,
me how
what
much
do you
I mean
mean?"
to you? Like,
Right. And
Yeah.
it was kind of
Maybe.
cringy, but he was just he was a little naive
Yeah.
when it came to relationships and himself. But he was very sweet, and I could tell he was sweet. And I thought they actually worked well together. What did you think?
they were. I would say they would be my favorite couple
Really?
up until the end.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
no, I did like Jared and Ayanna.
Yeah.
They were cute. They were cute. I feel like they stayed consistent.
Yeah,
They're the
I'm-
only ones that really got married. No, there's
Yeah.
2 couples that got married, but they're the ones that.
Yeah,
felt
I'm going
solid.
Jared and Ayanna too.
Yeah.
So, last question, because we got to run. Is love blind? Like, I think we kind of talked about physical attraction. We went through all that. But, like, if you really fell in love with somebody, like, do you think you would love him if you talked to him first? Would you have fallen in love with him the same way?
Yeah. For him, yeah.
Right?
In general?
Yes.
But it has to be. No, it has to be. It's a. Well, you know what I will say.
Yeah, rephrase it.
I will say, love is blind. A relationship is not blind. To be
Got
able
it.
to have a relationship,
I fuck
to
with
be
that. I
able
fuck
to
with
be
that.
in a relationship
Facts.
is not blind. I can love you just off your voice and not ever see you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I can have emotions of love for you. Can I get married and have children with you? That's so much that goes with that. So, yes, love is blind, but no, relationships are not.
All right, hey,
that.
yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. You killed that. You killed that. Look, like you said, for once, I'm gonna agree with Kai on that one. So, you take that. We're too far away. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us again.
Yes.
We are
Yeah.
always going to be here Thursdays. We're now doing pre-recorded shows, so we're gonna be posting these up on Thursday, and the audio goes up on Friday. So follow us on social media, IYKYK_ the show. Also, make sure you support the show on our Venmo at IYKYK_ the show, because now we have rent. We have rent and moving parts, so we need your support. And as
We
always,
appreciate your support.
Thank
Yes,
you.
legends.
And
Look,
thank you so much
give
for
him the
our
cute
guest
face.
today.
Give him the cute face. Give him the cute
Thank
face.
you so much for our guest today, Miss Kailani Ray.
oh wait! I think I have something for you. I have something. Wait! I have something. Ah, there it is.
Yes, and then also our guest over there, Mr. Slick Vic.
Yo, thanks for having me.
They have been such amazing guests
Love you,
today. Our topic
Yeah.
of love is blind.
Right, and a spontaneous guest. Look, Kai just pulled up, and I was
You
like,
never know
"Hey."
who's gonna pull up to.
we're
If
moving.
you know, you know. Okay, but you gotta know to know what's happening.
What's going on?
Yeah. I wanted that to end so much better, but it was, it was a good start. Anyway, we'll see y'all next show. Thank y'all for checking it out.
Peace.